In this video, we will cover the basics of the high block, the low block, catches, and parries. I encourage you to follow along as you watch this video and also to rewatch this video multiple times to help become comfortable with the techniques. The first block we'll talk about is the high block. There are two main ways to execute this block. One is by sliding your glove up right above your eyebrows with the cushion of the glove directly on your eyebrow bone to protect your face as the punch comes in. Now, when you do this, if the glove is not touching your face, then the impact from your opponent's blow will cause you to punch yourself upon impact. So say you go to block it, the punch comes in, it's gonna hit your hand and you're gonna hit yourself. All right. The second way, which is my preferred way, is to raise your hand up a bit higher and block with your arm, just like this, so that the punch actually hits your arm. This helps absorb more of the shock of the incoming punch, but also it's gonna leave your body more open. Like anything in life, it's a trade-off. You choose. Now remember, we're always transferring our weight from leg to leg in boxing, even as we block. We do that to generate power in our punches, and we also do that to take away power from the punches of our opponents. So when you block a punch on the lead side, you absorb the power of that incoming punch by transferring weight to the rear side upon impact. So the punch comes in, right before it hits you, you start to move, it hits you, and you absorb the power of that punch. When you block a punch on the rear side, you do the same thing, but except you transfer that weight from the rear side to the lead side upon impact. Here is what that looks like on the lead side again. Here is what that looks like on the rear side. Now do this 3 times with me. Let's start with 3 times on the lead side. Hands are up. You imagine a punch coming at you from your opponent, and right before it hits you, you lift that arm up, it hits you in the forearm, you absorb it, and you return. They throw another one, and they throw one final one. You absorb it, and you return. Now let's do the rear side. Now you have a punch coming at you right here towards your rear side. The punch is about to hit you. It's a big hook. You lift that hand up, you transfer your weight, you absorb it. Bring yourself back into your neutral stance. Do it 2 more times with me. It comes in, hits you, you absorb it, and then 1 more time, you absorb it. Now the low blocks, which we'll talk about next, are very similar fundamentally to the high blocks. When a punch comes in towards your body, what you do is you drop down, bend your knees, drop your torso, and lower your elbow down slightly to block the punch. Be careful about not dropping your hands down too much and exposing your face. You don't want to drop your hand all the way down here. You want to keep it close enough to your face so that you can react. Okay, now let's try 3 low blocks on the lead side and then 3 on the rear side. So we'll start with the lead side. You have your hands up. You imagine a hook from your opponent coming at the lead side of your body. You sit, you pivot a little bit as it comes in and absorb it, and you drop your elbow down. Again, it comes in, you block it. Another hook comes in, you block it. Make sure you cover your entire body. Now let's try on the rear side. A hook is coming in at you on the rear side, and at the last second, you drop your elbow down to protect yourself. Let it bounce off of your elbow. Let's do it again now. Hands are up. You can imagine the punch coming in. You bend your knees, you start to pivot, you drop your elbow and you block it. 1 more time. Imagine that punch coming at you and then making impact with your elbow. Lastly, we'll cover catches and parries. Catches are used to deflect incoming straight punches, and parries are used to knock down incoming punches. When you catch a punch, you're catching the incoming punch with the palm of your hand, and you're giving it just enough resistance to stop your own hand from bouncing back into your face. You want to be careful not to overcompensate when you parry, because if someone throws a feint at you or a fake, and you bite on it and you overcompensate when you try to catch it, it's going to leave you exposed, boom, and you're going to get hit with a punch. So let's try a couple of blocks, a couple of these catches right now. Picture a straight punch coming directly at your face. As it comes out, you open up the palm of your rear hand and you just come to meet it, just like that. Once again, somebody throws a jab at you, you turn your palm, you catch it, you meet it with a little bit of resistance. One more time, imagine that jab coming at your face. You hide your head behind your hand, turn your hand over, and you catch it. All right, now for the parry. These work really well from a long-range stance with long-range punches coming at you. And the key is to time the incoming punch of your opponent and knock it down right before it connects with your face. Here's what the parry looks like on the lead side. You have your hands up, you're in your neutral stance, and you want to imagine a punch is coming directly at your face from your opponent. As it comes in right before it makes impact with your face, boom. You meet it with some force and you knock it down. Once again, here's what that looks like. Imagine a jab is coming at your face. Do it with me now. Slowly, you're in your stance, you see it coming, and you knock it down. One more time. Your opponent's right in front of you. They're trying to hit you with that jab. They start to throw it. Boom. You knock it down. Here's what it looks like from the rear side now too. It's the same exact thing. Punch is coming at you. You knock it down. Do it with me now. Two more. It's coming directly at your face. Knock it down. One more. That jab is coming at you. Hit it with some force and knock it down. If executed properly, the parry will leave your opponent exposed for a split second, just long enough, boom, bang, to land that counterpunch. That is how we block, catch, and parry punches. One key takeaway is that blocks are your lower risk defensive movements, while parries are higher risk. But they also create better opportunities to land a counterpunch. Now repeat this lesson often and practice in the mirror slow and steady until you get it down. This is another great one to practice with a partner. Just have them throw punches at you or you throw punches at them in very slow motion. Practice these defensive movements. And as always, I'm there for you. Hit me up in the FightCamp community if you have any questions on this technique.